that's all right. It's me, you. We got a special kind of friendship.
I am not your friend.
Sure you are. Fishing buddy?
Well, it's Saturday, and I ain't got nothing to do but sit back and drink me a couple of brews. TV party tonight. TV party tonight. TV party tonight. Hello, everybody. Looks like Gambit was here first. He's coming in at 2:17. So he'd be here for 45 minutes.
Longer than ours in the back office.
Snorty got here at 2:33, right around the time that we got here.
Yeah.
And let's see. Then I see John is here. Hello, John. How you doing, buddy? Andy is here. Andy Morrow. And Alpha is here. Greetings, Alpha. So it's good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. We're going to be talking about the only movie this week that Anima enjoyed, which I told her she would enjoy. She would like this film.
That's a first.
I had zero doubts on this because this is good science fiction.
It is. And, it's also scary watching it in this time because holy shit, was he right?
Yeah, Michael Crichton, I've told people he was the guy that warned us about everything. And this, of course, being technically the first chapter of what would eventually become Jurassic Park, because it's the same story. It's just this time it's living, breathing animals that we have used science to bring back. And that's what he always was. He was that voice in the wilderness crying out, "Dude, don't do it. Don't do it. I see you. You're wanting to do something, telling you not to do it." And this one, oddly, was done decades before AI even became a subject of conversation. And it's really what this film is about. It's about AI. And it's a movie that was done almost no budget whatsoever. And they pulled off a whole lot of cool shit in this movie. In fact, one of my favorite things is one of the low-tech things they did in this film is the amount of shots done to capture him on fire, his character on fire. That was fucking cool. It's stressful to watch when you watch the behind-the-scenes
that
footage.
Guy is on fire forever.
Oh, man, it just goes on and on.
Yeah.
And they did it, I think, 3 times total. And, yeah, no thanks. No thanks. No thanks. Because you can't breathe. You can't breathe. You have to hold your breath. And I'm sitting.
He had a mask over his face, but still.
Yeah, and by the way, I want to point out if you didn't notice the fibrous material on that thing, that mask he was wearing, that was asbestos.
Oh, fuck.
If you couldn't tell, it looks like fiberglass. When you see that back in the 70s, that's asbestos.
Fuck.
So, yay.
You didn't burn your lungs, just filled up with shrapnel.
Yeah, it's like you get a condition called asbestosis, and it fucks your lungs up.
Joe Pesci died in that movie we did in his week for Military Monday.
Yeah.
With honors.
With honors. It's like I'm taking care of patients with it, and it's awful. It was awful watching those people die. Every single one of them that I cared for eventually died. And it took
There's no coming back.
Didn't take all that long. Yeah. Was the plot maybe super influenced by the Asimov I, Robot? Look, what isn't? That's the first one. And this one, though, I will say, we don't discuss any rules. All we have in this are what is referred to as safety features. And let me get to the banners here, because nobody else can put this up our nose that they're even there. So before we get into that, we're going to get into the first thing, which is Westworld, written for the screen, not a book first. It became a book afterward based on a screenplay. And if you want to know everything that was in the screenplay that didn't end up on screen, read the book. Because MGM didn't fuck with him once production started. They left him alone, and he got that movie done in 4 fucking weeks.
Yep,
Shot this
that's
movie
impressive.
in 4 weeks. And normal shooting period for a film, normal. Average is 10 weeks.
How many weeks is it? 4?
And I can't remember. What was it?
30
No, this
days.
was-
4
Okay,
weeks.
so are you listening, Mr. Spielberg? 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Shit. Anyway.
But interesting that they turned it into a book afterwards, because Crichton figured, no, this needs to be a movie. This wouldn't work as well in a book. And then he went and did it.
Happens very, very.
Well, he felt it was a visual story.
Yeah.
And then later went ahead and wrote it as a book. I think he felt that so much was taken out of the film that he wanted people to see that explained a lot of things. Like
He
the
himself
safety
cut
features.
stuff out.
And is it a virus or is it a malfunction? I think it's kind of a little of both, which is one thing that they play with based off of the book. Jonathan Nolan kind of went back to Crichton's book for the first season of Westworld, which was a good season. I liked season 1. And season 1 touched on some interesting things that were hinted at or alluded to in the book and in the movie, but that we didn't quite get what we needed as answers. The problem is season 2, like so many shows, went off the fucking rails. It went into 5th wave feminism, when what the fuck does feminism have to do with robots?
Nothing.
It's just like, what the fuck? Anyway, he was always ask if you should do something, not just can you. Yeah, which is why that line was in there, in Jurassic Park. Your scientists are preoccupied with if they can do a thing, not if they should do a thing. And he also throws in something, because what a lot of people don't know is he was inspired by the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, which he went on, and that inspired the whole thing. And there are other films that were inspired by this movie. First one, Terminator, was inspired by this movie.
When the gunslinger finally
Schwarzenegger
goes kaput.
himself based a lot of his movement off of what Yul Brynner did in this film. And what was the other one?
He trained.
Except for Brynner looks cooler.
Oh, yeah.
But what was the other one you were going to say? Adam, I asked you a question.
I don't know what you mean. Which other one?
I said it inspired a couple of movies.
Yeah.
Well, no, Terminator, yeah.
I said Terminator. I thought you were going to say the other one.
No, I said the moment when he finally goes kaput after being on fire. That
Yeah.
inspired the Terminator thing. When you can see all this inside shit and stuff.
Well, Yul Brynner, man, look, I'm a big fan of Yul Brynner. I always liked him. And I was telling the terrible story of the making of the Magnificent Seven, and how basically McQueen, who's kind of a prima donna in his own way, didn't like the prima donna behavior of Yul Brynner. And so he constantly fucked with them while making the film. And Yul Brynner would get pissed because he was constantly fiddling with his hat in the background. There's a scene when they first come to town on the wagon, and it's his fucking scene, Yul Brynner's scene, and McQueen is constantly doing shit in the background, annoying him. And he called him out on it. And it led to a lot of disdain between them. It landed into a fucking fist fight once. And but when McQueen got diagnosed with cancer, he reconnected and apologized to Yul Brynner for his behavior, and they became friends again at the very end. It was just sad. But basically, this movie is the Terminator. There was another one there. I had it in my head, but you guys start talking over me, and I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. The other film that it inspired.
Step for Wives.
What with English? Sorry.
Oh,
I heard
fuck
wife.
you, Jerry. The Step
I only
for
heard wife.
Wives.
Oh, I
Step
don't.
for
No,
Wives.
no, I don't think it inspired Stepford Wives.
The Robotic Wives. No.
Even though I'm the one supposed to be talking, I'll look it up.
I wouldn't compare Myers' movement to the gunslinger because Myers is slow, but he's brutish. The slinger, he has some kind of swagger around the way he walks with his hand on his belt.
And of course, that is also the same costume he wore in the movie The Magnificent Seven. The budget was so low, it was $1.2 million. That's all. Every studio balked at this movie. No fucking way. Not going to do it.
And they used
Sci-Fi
CGI. A lot of money must have gone there because it costs like
I'm going to get to
$1,000
that.
for
I'm going to get to
10
that.
seconds.
Yeah, I'll get to that. We'll have some fun with that.
And we have
Because
Penny in the
it's-
house.
Hi, Penny.
So I put this up there.
Oh.
Westworld was written for the screen and directed by Michael Crichton. It's his first major film. He had directed a television film. He did not want to direct a sci-fi film, but he got with his producer buddy, and it ended up being science fiction. And he wrote about things that he thought were interesting. He was inspired by the Pirates of the Caribbean and took that as a nightmare element of when eventually there's going to come a point where and there it is, Star Trek's what do you call it, the VR room that they go into,
Holodeck.
All
a holodeck. It had a massive impact on how the holodeck works. The safety features in the holodeck were inspired from Westworld, and I think that's interesting because we talked about this in the film. Anima and I did, and I said the way they explain it in the movie is too simple. It's too simplified, and it wouldn't work the way they're talking about it. And it's such a complicated process. I'm surprised that they didn't at least have something on screen explaining it, like a visual.
That's what
That
I was
explains it.
missing.
Wait,
And because, like I said before the show, I was telling Martin that even if you have a sensor on there that only turns on, making the weapon activate when it's pointed at a robot, what happens if you have a human between the gun and the robot? So there has to be an ability for that sensor to know. And what are we talking about there? For it to know, that infers AI, artificial intelligence. That means the gun knows when it's pointed at a human.
Wouldn't it simply read the human first when it's closer to
said
the
that.
gun?
I just said that. That's what I'm
That
saying.
has nothing to do with AI. That's just the sensor picks up the
No,
human, not the robot
AI
behind it.
AI would be required for that, to be able to identify a human, a biological being. Now, they make it too simple by saying thermal. Well, if
Yeah.
those androids are out in the desert sun, guess what? They're going to get up to over 100 degrees. So that's just a dumb fucking idea. But they had to dumb it down. Crichton had to dumb down his story because MGM, like I said, left him alone once production started. Pre-production was a whole other story. MGM was all up his ass, and all they would give him is $1 million, eventually up to $1.2 million. That's $1,200,000. That's all they would give him. He had to do everything he did in this film based off that budget, and the shooting schedule was only 30 days. That's all they had money for. Also, on top of that, they were tearing down sets there at MGM on the back lot, tearing these things down. I don't think this Western town even survived this movie.
No,
I think
it was
torn
all to
down.
be torn down. That's why they only had 30 days, because after that
Yeah.
it would be gone.
Crazy. Lord Thoth, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. So you've got some crazy shit in this film that Crichton had to put up with for those first weeks of pre-production, and they had some great ideas for cast, and that was another thing that Crichton had no say in. That was all MGM, the execs, deciding. And the first cast, this was kind of funny, William Shatner was going to play the part of that Brolin played. and they were looking at other actors to play the other character that Richard Benjamin played. And they're all older actors, and finally it was decided, let's go with some young actors, lesser known actors that don't cost so much because they're cheaper. And so it was finally decided to bring in Brolin, and of course, Richard Benjamin was like becoming a star at this point.
Yeah, but Yul Brynner was the star of this movie.
Yeah.
Well, Yul Brynner is the center, and he had to take this role because he was broke, and his days as a movie star was dead, and he needed this job to get paid. He got paid, get a good payment from this film, but it was a film that he wasn't too sure about when he took the role, because he's going to be playing a character who's not human. But I got to tell you something, you get a fucking actor like him, and he pulls off some moments in this film that are touching. Like, you kind of forget he's the bad guy.
When he gets confused because he doesn't see Richard Benjamin, oh my God.
He's not confused. He's not confused. This is awareness. You're watching awareness in this character because he's fascinated by the fire. He's looking at him and then looks up at the flame and then looks over at the other flame, and watch the expression on his face. It's like he could give two shits about Benjamin at this point now. He's lost himself.
He's not the cold killer.
He's lost in a moment of looking at those fires, and he's like fascinated by it. And wow, who could have done that? Now, Shatner, I think, could have pulled something like that off, but he wasn't playing this character when he was cast in it. He was going to be playing the guy who gets killed, the best friend. And the other thing I like in this story is you've got a guy who just went through a shitty divorce and lost the kids in the divorce. And he's got his best friend, co-worker, that decides to bring him, because he's already been. James Brolin's character has already been here. And he liked it so much, he's like thinking to himself, and this is something that I bet's in the book, not in the movie, that needed to be in the movie, that his friend's been going through some shit, and he decided, you know what he could use? Westworld. I've been there. It's fucking awesome. I'm going to take my best friend. And it's kind of really what's going on here, is because Richard Benjamin is a guy who hasn't gotten to the point yet where he can stop talking about his wife.
Yeah, he's still pining over her, although she screwed up royally.
Oh my God, she screwed him over so badly. And I mean, she took the kids and the house and the money. He lost everything in the divorce. And I got to tell you, well, yeah, all of those exactly, Alpha. Great callbacks on that. I, Mud, What Are Little Girls Made Of? Also, Mud's Women, which is something I loved about Star Trek, because when they found a good character to bring back, they did. In fact, we get the other character who introduces the Tribbles come back in the animated series, which was the finishing of the 5-year journey for Star Trek. So you got a total of 5 seasons of Star Trek, thanks to the animated series. But yeah, Shore Leave also talks about it. Very good episode, talking about, again, AI. Mud was an awesome, fun character. Absolutely, he was. I think they really screwed him up in Discovery. I fucking hated, and I love the actor. I hated that fucking character, the way they fucked him up. So,
no,
but anyway,
it wasn't Discovery. Was yes, Discovery. I'm sorry. I confused
okay.
with.
I'm used to you correcting me when you were wrong.
Yeah. But you said Discovery, and I thought of Enterprise. No, it was Discovery.
That's
oh my
right.
God, yes.
You're
they
right.
made him a cold-blooded mass murderer.
You are absolutely totally right that I was correct.
Yes, you were.
Moving
So,
on.
by the way, I am taking this. I got zero sugar. I've told you guys about this one before. Zero sugar. Let me put my head up here and then bring it in front of me. You should be able to see it. Zero sugar Mountain Lightning. This is different than the Diet Lightning. It's made with Splenda, sucralose. And I then get the cherry energy drink mix, and I mix one packet into an entire bottle. It's cherry
Wow.
Mountain Dew, and it's fucking awesome, dude.
They made cherry
That's
flavor
a
in
lot
cocaine
of
now.
caffeine.
Yeah, cherry flavored cocaine. Hell yeah!
Well, the amount of caffeine in that drink, it's going to have the same effect as Coke.
Hey, good to see you, Ariel. And you, yeah, exactly. They screwed that character up. I hated Mud on that's on that series. It was fucked up character, and he was a
Ariel-
perfect actor to play him.
Yeah, Ariel has something very special to say. Here we go.
Where's my Muppet movie review? Well, first of all, we're based on birthdays. So
Yeah.
why don't you give us a shout out when you think we should do it, like on Jim Henson's or Frank Oz's birthdays, or maybe both. I don't know. You tell
Continue.
me, Area.
Continue.
But you got to get with the game. You got to get with the game here and stop
We've
asking
been
every
doing
week.
it for half a year.
You gotta help me help you.
Right.
You
Help you, Ariel. I love the opening of this with the interviews and shit. This is great.
Come on, continue reading it.
Where's my Muppet movie review? Anima. I know it's you.
No,
Kelsey,
she's
Gary,
fucking my
forget-
name up. Thanks for that.
Amina. Oh, Amina.
Fuck that. Know your letters, Ariel.
So again, getting back into the casting,
And I'm not
they ended up.
stripteasing, no.
Like I said, it was the studio that finalized the casting for this. Sadly, again, when it came to pre-production, that was all on MGM. They fucked with him constantly, making him constantly dumb down the script. They'd read the script, they go, they send it back with notes. This is too much. Take it out. Where he's explaining shit, through conversation in the film, characters. And I still wish they had put something about the safety features of the weapons in writing on a wall, like one of those cool little Easter eggs on the wall that explains, why the weapons are safe, because they have artificial intelligence and they have the ability to read human to robot, and a signal is required for the weapon to activate. That a signal has to connect with it without anything in between it. Anything in between it, it won't read it. The signal has to be a direct contact from the android to the gun for it to function. And they never do explain in the film why the gunslinger's weapon doesn't have the safety feature on it anymore. And it's because of the virus. The virus didn't just impact the androids, the malfunction / virus, because you get both. You get a mention of both in the film. And but the weapons malfunction too. So all the safety features are off on the guns.
It's
Although
not
I
just the
don't know
guns.
what,
I'm pretty sure that the
the
weapons
swords
in
and
the medieval
blades?
thing, they're not supposed to.
I'm
be able
getting
to
into
hurt
that.
people.
I don't know how there would be any safety features. Now, this was something that was shot for the film, but ended up on the cutting room floor because he couldn't get it to look right. You were going to see the hovercraft flying through the desert, and they cut it out because he didn't feel it looked believable. But you do have a really good shot here. Let me bring this up. Let's see, where is it? There it is. You get one really good shot of the hovercraft in the film.
Yeah, when it's docking.
And it's
Well,
I shared it and it's not popping in.
No, I don't
What's
see
going
it.
on? It wouldn't let me share it. What the fuck?
Because the slideshow is still up. You need to take that down.
No. I should be able to see it here with our.
Oh, it's not in the
pictures.
back office. I get it. Yeah.
No. However, I'm gonna remove this and try again, Gary. Maybe.
I reconnected my internet, disconnected and reconnected it. So maybe that
shouldn't
was
be a
what was
problem,
going on.
though.
Sure. It is. There's more than one person in the house right now using it.
Yeah, but the signal should be stable enough. The two of you to be on your
There.
computer.
So there it is. This is the hovercraft, and there was a shot of it going across the desert that they just didn't think looked real. And so they pulled it out. And my guess is instead of blue screen, they, using the matting process, I bet money they used wires and put it in front of a either rear projection or front projection screen. And it just didn't look right, so they just cut it from the film. But I think it's an interesting little fucking model, man. It's kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
But that's the only look you get at it. Of course, the sets inside the hovercraft are just fucking awful. That really terrible 70s wallpaper in it. Like, oh my God. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
And it was supposedly to be in the 80s, but okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's supposed to be
Ariel has some,
1989.
Ariel has
Jim
some
Henson was
suggestions.
September. Yeah, we can't do Oz this year. But Jim Henson, I'm not going to bother with Richard, but I will. Like Jim Henson and Frank Oz have a lot of titles under their name, so we could easily dedicate a week to either one of them.
Yeah, next year. This year is fully booked, I think.
Well, until we get, I know what you're doing.
What?
Yeah, it's totally booked. We can't do it. Sorry.
It is.
Totally can't. Yeah, we can't switch anything around. Sorry.
I hate
Conveniently.
switching it out. We finally have a structured thing.
Dude, look
A
at
show planning.
James. Look at James there. Man, Josh, his soul look like his father. It's uncanny.
Yep, there. It's September is an opening. There is an opening, so I put it in there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I know. You were hoping.
Oh no, I'll just take the day off. Don't worry.
No, it's like I need you there. I need you on
You're
this
so
show.
needy, Gary.
Hey, look, you little bitch. You fucking. Nobody can hear me, right? Nobody can hear me, right? It's
No,
just you
no
and me,
one.
right?
Just you and me.
It's okay. It's not public. You get needy with me too. So don't you even go there with me, baby.
Yeah, I love
So,
you too.
West-
asshole.
So the safety features, like I got to tell you, I think that would have been far more interesting, because what would have been cool is to have had like a light that goes from red to green, and when you see that on their guns and they look at it and they look at him and they realize, wait a minute, the safety feature's off. That would have been a great moment in the film. Like, oh shit. But no, we didn't get that. But basically the explanation is the reason why he's still up while some of the other, robots have collapsed is because that he didn't get the signal. They're just saying he didn't get the signal to shut down.
They didn't get the signal
I
to
said it.
anything.
By the way, if you didn't recognize that, that is Dick Van Patten right behind him. And Dick Van Patten, the same year, the year after this, he did a scene for Kolchak the Night Stalker, where he's the Chicago, in the Chicago neighborhood that was on the radio program earlier in the day that had alien vomit in the yard. And it's one of my favorite episodes because they use a title that comes from H.P. Lovecraft. And the episode is about an alien who gets lost, lands on Earth, eats a little bit, stops for something to eat, and looks for a map to figure out where he's at. And a bunch of animals and people get killed. And it consumes bone marrow. And then after consuming it, for some reason, vomits part of it back up. And that's what they keep finding in the yards. It's a good episode of Kolchak the Night Stalker, and that
My
was with Dick
favorite
Van
episode
Patten.
is the zombie one, and always will be.
Oh, that is the single scariest episode
Yep.
of the series.
It is, and that's why.
You got a lot of
Look
little
at that.
what?
When the wife is seeing the guys in togs and ropes, and she goes, oh, and the husband is, hey, the fuck.
Well, he's going to be doing the same shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
now let me tell you something. If you're gonna be in that resort when that shit happens, it's better to be in Westworld. I prefer to die by gunshot than stab, slash, and hacked in the other two.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
his
I know.
death is the worst death. Like he slowly gets stabbed. It's not one of those quick ones where it's in and out. It's like it goes in, and you're like shit. And I even said it out loud. I went, oh fuck,
Yeah.
man. When he gets stabbed, it was really well done fight scene. I do like that scene. But I paused here for a second because I do believe that those are all from. I'm going to check.
Gary the Checker.
Yep.
Yeah,
Always
because I do believe that these are from the TV series Lost in Space, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, and also used on Batman. It looks like the exact same computer consoles that are just lights moving around. And
Yep. Computer console full of slides without any label. You don't know what it is.
right.
Well, science labs in movies from that period always look weird.
Yeah, but imagine the manual. You have to learn what diode, what LED, what each LED means without labels, and memorize that.
I nailed it. Yes.
Amazing.
All those computer consoles you're seeing right there with the blinking lights, those are from Lost in Space. Nailed it. I think that's so fucking cool. And you'll see him in other
We're in a
shows.
bunch of-
There's Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea had him. You'd see him in Batman. A lot of props used in a lot of those shows lasted decades. Like, there's one that you see a couple times in Star Trek Next Generation that's been around since '69. Those two power tubes.
Yeah,
That
the
the lights
three
move
tubes.
on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those come from the original show, and they even have used them in Enterprise. All the shows have had those tubes.
Yep. There's the shuttle. I fucking love the hovercraft in this. It's really cool. And I wish that it had gotten more love, but they didn't have the budget for it.
All the time.
Yeah. Although technically your visual effects are post-production. So again, which do you guys think was the more likely greatest impact? Was it a virus, or was it just simply a malfunction that they thought might be a virus?
I don't
Technical,
think
you
it
mean?
was a malfunction. You know my theory. It was a natural occurrence, not a malfunction.
Because it was occurring everywhere. All of a sudden, slowly, gradually, this thing was happening. And there was this weird thing you brought up too before the show. It's like they work on these things, but they actually don't know how they run, which is weird. And it's kind of a throwback to if aspirin were to come out today, they wouldn't allow it, in the market, because nobody really exactly knows how aspirin works.
Well, aspirin comes from plants, though, so why would you not allow that?
It comes
But
from
it
tree
works.
bark.
Yeah,
It
and
comes
it
from
works. So
which one is it? Is it oak bark?
no birch, I think.
Birch bark. It's birch. You're right. Hey, they got the haircuts right. That looks like it's something out of the
I
80s.
mean, we've seen how computer viruses can wreak havoc, so it could be a computer virus that causes the robots to malfunction. Or certain parts
I love how
in them.
Dick Van Patten is such a nerd in this. And again,
He's also
without the mustache,
kind
he's just Mr. Bean.
He acts
Oh,
like
we ha-
Mr. Bean. I mean,
We have a new viewer. Welcome, architects of humanity.
Greetings, salutations.
that's a cool avatar.
If you want, press more or press.
Do you
What-
want to
what
know
is it?
more?
If you want to know more, what is it he says to press? I thought that was funny. I always love that in Starship Troopers, because Starship Troopers came out in the internet generation. So this movie is so prophetic, man. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, his first book to film, where he used his actual name, Michael Crichton, and not a pen name, was The Andromeda Strain. And again, a prophetic warning, which we have run into a few times. And I have actually told people that there's a reason why the octopus shares no DNA with humans or
Because
any
they're
other
not from
animal
here.
on the planet, because they're not from here.
I mean,
They
look
are,
at
if you want to know what aliens look like,
yeah.
boom, baby, octopus. Octopi are fucking, and I got to tell you something, I'll eat squid. I will eat squid, because I think squid tends to be just an aggressive, annoying species. But octopus are curious,
They should not be
and
eaten.
they also have memory of people. And the guy, I forget his name, the cook that's on Discovery Channel, he has his own shows. Love the guy. He's always doing great recipes. He was asked why he quit eating octopus. He says, because I met an octopus on 2 occasions, and one of them was a year later. And when I saw him the second time, he reached up and touched my hand, and then reached up and grabbed the pen. And I had the pen, same pen from the last time. And he was telling me that he knew who I was. And that scared him. Scared him in a good way.
Intelligent.
And they're so much fun to watch too. And they're pure fucking attitude.
Oh,
If they get
yeah.
irritated with you, they squirt you. So Richard Benjamin is this nerdy friend who just went through a horrible marriage, end of a marriage, and his friend is just taking him out for a good time. Get him laid by a robot, which I said technically is just masturbation.
He enjoyed it.
but
The
he
grin
did,
he
he
has on
liked
his
it.
face. This is fun. He grins like
I
a little
had
boy
sex.
seeing chocolate. Yeah, you have that grin before you bite in a piece of chocolate, Gary.
Oh yeah, I love chocolate. Like, yeah, just period. You know better than anybody else what a ride she took you for. He's talking about his ex-wife. This is the one time when he kind of digs into him about this shit. Stop pining for her.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself. Dick Van Patten. He's so
Shooting the fucking mirror.
antithetical.
What an idiot.
That's because he's fingering that trigger.
Yeah.
This
right
is the
person
point
to
right
become
here.
strong.
This is where you should show the safety feature. Show it to the audience. Show, don't tell.
Yeah. Technically,
Oh
you
my
could tell
God.
because they are getting a lecture as they approach. But all they tell them is just do whatever you want. Nothing can go wrong. No explanation as to why nothing can go wrong.
I'm laughing
Snorty?
at what Snorty just said.
Snorty,
Oh.
how you know that?
Bad bear, Snorty. Bad Snorty.
Westworld, first blend of CGI. So when you get to see the POV of the robot,
The gunslinger.
it was something that they paid for, and they had a graphic artist who is involved with this. He came up with this idea. His name was John Whitney Jr., and he was a graphic artist. And he took film and fed it into a computer, which took 8 to 9 hours for 10 seconds of footage. They put it in, go home, come back into work the next day, and there would be new footage, and it was pixelated. And it was the first time in film that CG was used, computer-generated imaging. It was
And
in
we
this
have
movie.
real Das Wolfen here.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Yeah, Future World, not worth the price of admission. So it was produced by manually scanning live action film and converting the footage into a color mosaic of 3,600 small rectangles per frame, asterisk.
Yeah. Don't.
You guys don't know what was funny about that. It's like these fucking AI channels, man. If you put an asterisk in, the AI doesn't know what to do with that. So what it does is it says whatever you wrote and then says asterisk.
Oh, like
AI
repeat the line?
Yeah. This is important, asterisk.
Yeah. Also, AI doesn't know where a sentence ends and the next one begins. They just jumble
Or
it all together.
Sometimes if you have an asterisk in a line of information, there'll be another line of information preceded by an asterisk showing you this, what here, where this ends, you start here to explain the rest of it. It's connected. AI doesn't fucking understand that. Yet. Now, I will tell you that they did spend some money on the lenses for this film that went over the eyes. And now, even though this 2 years, Bausch & Lomb had come out with the soft lenses, not the temporary ones that you can throw away, but soft lenses came out in 1971. They didn't use eye specialists to make lenses in film. These guys were makeup guys, prop guys. And so they made hard lenses for him to wear that had a slight amount of silver on it. So it gave you such a weird reflection off of his eyes. And it's creepy, to be honest with you, but it's very effective. But the sad part was it would blind him when he was wearing them.
They were rough to wear.
Yeah, so he wore these light reflecting contact lenses in certain parts of the film, like after his first shooting, where they shoot him, all of a sudden when he comes back, his eyes are different. And it gives him a more menacing, inhuman glow to his eyes. And the custom lenses, like I said, were rigid and they were extremely uncomfortable because they weren't smoothed down around their edges. So these would get put in the eye and they would scrape the sclera. And one time when one of the guns went off, a wad of blank powder hit and struck Yul Brynner's eye, his left eye. It hit his left eye, and he couldn't wear the lenses for 2 weeks. This movie's shot for 4 weeks. So that's why you have some scenes where he doesn't have the lenses in. If you're wondering why all of a sudden the eyes are different, that is why. And yeah. So there was a loss in continuity. But in the process, though, it's only the early scenes that were shot later where he doesn't have the lens in because he couldn't have them in his eye while it healed for 2 weeks. This is where they try to explain it, which is if it's body heat, it won't fire, which is a stupid idea.
Out in the desert, yeah, definitely. Because
yeah,
it was a real problem for them filming. They were using robots filming, and the dust and the heat made it so problematic. The snake broke at some point, and filming.
Well, hold on. Let's get to the snake. So the snake scene, you had a robot and a real snake, and ironically, the snake that's hanging off of James Brolin's arm is a real snake, and it actually bit him. And
Well,
it
it had
actually
to
bit him.
bite. It had to bite to hold
And-
on, but it bit through the padding that he was wearing, and that was not
Yeah, and
supposed to happen.
But he was fine. But the look on his face tells you that was real. Because look at the look on his face. If you ever watch it, slow it
He
down.
was freaked
And
out.
watch his expression with that snake. And then the real robotic snake, not the real snake, but the real robotic snake, stopped working. And so they had to repair it, and then they had to come back and shoot the scene again, and it worked.
Yeah,
The one that they
filming it
actually
stopped
shoot.
for 2 days.
Yeah.
On a schedule like that, you don't want that. Also, it was more
4
expensive than
weeks.
any of the actors. The snake was more
Yeah.
expensive than any of the actors.
Because of the repair,
Yeah.
it actually cost more than what they paid for any of the actors in the film.
That's crazy.
That little fucking robot snake. But it's a good scene, I got to tell you. And the cool thing is because it's supposed to be a robotic snake, even though it bit the character, it doesn't have any venom. So not going to do anything. But the real snake they used was either defanged. Well, it wasn't defanged. Had the poison or the venom glands removed or something.
Yeah, that's what they do.
That was a real snake that bit on him to hold on to that sleeve when he's trying to shake it off. Even though I don't know why they bothered to do that. Why didn't you just get a long rubber snake and just
Would
glue
absolutely
it
have
or sew
worked,
it to his? Gary wants to discuss his snake. All right, Snorty, what's going on over here, man? I'm starting to feel
You're being naughty.
What is
Mister.
going on here? Are you like trying to read my thoughts about anima all the time?
I think he's
Just telling you, buddy,
weird.
you don't want to go there.
It's scary.
That is a filthy, dirty place that scares anima sometimes. And I do a little voice with her that cracks her up. I do the little old dirty man from Laughing. Oh yeah, you doing there, little darling?
Well, you do Herbert the pervert too sometimes. Because I have done it. You.
I can't do the whistle. Ironically, with the gap, I can't do the whistle. But I love like Mac used to walk up behind me. His Herbert the pervert was much better than mine. And he'd walk up behind me, right behind my neck, and he'd go, "How's my little paperboy doing?" And I go, "Ah." Like my shoulders would come up to my neck, go, "Dude, don't do that." So creepy. "How's my paperboy? I need me some good news." Yeah. "Oh, screw you, you pugly or some bitch." Westworld was filmed in several locations, including, all the external desert scenes were out there in the Mojave. And then they shot most of it on the MGM backlot in the western town.
Which they were about to sell.
Which they were tearing down. As the film was going, when they'd finished shooting a building, that building was torn down right afterward. It was crazy.
They were selling it to real estate.
And then they went to the Harold Lloyd estate, and that's true. And that's where they filmed the garden scenes with the Roman shit. And all the nightly stuff was done on a soundstage there at MGM.
The castle, yeah. Look at his face.
Yeah, see, that's why they had 30 days to shoot, though, was because the final cell was going to go through and everything was going to be torn down. And they were tearing down as they were finishing stuff. No, I'm talking to Gambit, not you.
I'm telling him we said that.
Crichton later wrote that most of the situations in the film are cliches. Well, once again, this goes back to what I said earlier, Gambit, that the problem with the film wasn't during production. It was all pre-production because MGM kept interfering with the script, telling him to dumb it down, stop making it smart. And there are some scenes that were removed from the film because they felt like it was overly intelligent. It was trying to drive your audience to feeling sympathy and empathy for the robots, which they didn't want. They wanted the robots to be.
And they were right.
Now, and this is creepy right here because he finally goes to bed with this robot, and when he rolls over on top of her and is clearly doing something, she just stares at the ceiling while her hand is rubbing him. blankly
They had to
staring
do
at
that. They had to do that though, to keep it PG.
Yeah, but it's creepy.
Make all the
It's
sex
fucking
then
creepy.
unintentionally. They ended up being even creepier than they wanted. Yeah, all the naked stuff had to be made in a way that it's unnatural.
Now, I want to point out something else that I found very problematic with the film is the director of photography on this film. I don't know, man. I had so many problems with this guy. His name is Gene Polito, and he worked on some good stuff, but mostly he worked on television. And this movie looks like he was lighting it for television. The backgrounds in the rooms are overlit. You see everything. There's no, as you move closer to the ceiling, it should become darker in a room. It's just slightly darker because the light is shining down to the rest of the room. The walls are evenly lit all the way to the top. And that's a sign of someone who lights for television. And so their DP on this film, I think, was the wrong guy for this movie because it makes the movie look like it was shot for TV for all the interior shots. I rode Space Mountain. That fucking thing. Oh.
Where is that?
Well, let me correct that. I rode the pre-version of Space Mountain, which was the pyramid at the World Fair up in, was it Quebec or Toronto? I forget. And they had what would eventually become Space Mountain. And they had a pyramid version of it up in Canada. And I went on a ride for that. And I'm telling you, man, some of that was really nerve-wracking, being on that rail system, looking down. When you look down, you're like, oh, fuck. I have no fear of heights until that day. And I was freaked out by that. This is one of my favorite scenes in the film. You have the electronic vehicle. Clearly, it's a regular packing van. They just replace the sound with an electric motor. And these people cleaning up the town during the night.
After the bank robbery. Yeah, that's so eerie.
And it's something that they go into with the new series in the first season. The first season is the only good season. The rest of it was just crap. They stole from Battlestar Galactica, which stole from Blade Runner, and they so therefore also stole from Blade Runner.
Oh, by the way, we have sex.
You and I did? I don't remember that.
Hi, Zax.
Oh, Zax. Sorry.
Fuck you, Jerry.
Just cuss at him in Spanish.
No. Jerry has a more profound effect. I know. Okay, let me find a video for our friend there. Yes, here we go.
He was running from something, sir. And then he crashed into a DUI checkpoint, committed 10 felonies, and not to mention FUing a room full of cops.
You FU me all the time.
Fuck you, Kyle!
I thank the American people for letting me serve.
Oh, look what the cat dragged in. Hi, Shan.
I don't have a cat.
The Wraith of Evil.
Hey.
Hey, Shen.
Good to see you.
Montreal, thank you. That was it, Zach. It was Montreal. I like this shot where they have this like device shooting down into the eye. Trying to create futuristic shit on a very little budget.
Did you run this video? Or is he too naughty
There
today?
is, Gambit, there is a scene where you see almost a human reaction by the gunslinger when he's chasing him. And he stops to look at the torches. And he's just mesmerized. And the expression, like a child seeing light for the first time. And he's just looking at it. And then he fucks up and makes a noise. And brings him back to reality.
We have comic
Oh,
relief
that's right, I was
Seder.
trying to tell you.
Hey, Mike.
Whoa!
Hello, Michael.
Look at
Also-
this. Tell us how you really feel, Mike.
Can
Please.
we talk about how they can create these magnificent robots, but they can't figure out how to do hands, realistically? That was weird.
Hands are
Yeah, they were
very
saying,
difficult.
and it's true. That's actually very true.
I know.
In the practical effects department, trying to create hand movement requires silicone is what made it better. Once we started being able to use silicone, creating human hands became better. Latex, not so good. Because they use
but
latex and foam latex. Even though technically silicone's been around since the late 70s, it was not used very much or at all in the practical effects world until about the 1990s.
But that's exactly what happened when AI started doing images of people. It fucked up the hands. So he saw that coming too. It's just creepy.
It's always been a difficult problem. It's just a universal constant. Like, drawing the body is one thing, but, one of the hardest things for people to learn is the hands.
This one cracked me up, trying to trim down to a svelte 1,500 pounds.
I mean, the more impressive thing is that he figured out, like, he didn't name it, but it's basically a computer virus that causes this, right?
That's one of the things, but they're not sure because they're not sure if it's the virus or if it's a malfunction within the film. And I personally would have liked it because they put this into the TV series on season 1 that Anthony Hopkins put that in there on purpose. It was something generation by generation by generation each time it flipped and changed, it would become something else. This is something that he did on purpose. And
yeah,
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I like that concept that it was just, basically, I want my little automatons to be quote unquote alive, so I'm going to basically do it. Because, it's the whole thing of like, well, I don't have any children, so my work, whatever are my children. I've met people like that.
By the way, just to let you know, Snort, as a bear, you shouldn't be saying 1,500 pounds. You should be saying about 708 stones, because bears would probably measure themselves in stones, not pounds.
They are not British though, and only the
They
Brits
would not.
use-
They would not use the imperial or the metric system. They would use rocks.
Hey. Hey, Snort is an educated bird.
Yeah. Damn right.
Well, that's one of the things I like that, and I like the word ersatz. One of the most popular books to ever use that word was by Philip K. Dick. It's called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Because cigarettes and liquor and animals were all called ersatz. Instead of saying artificial.
I think this movie's budget was the same as like maybe one episode of that TV series they did.
It shot a movie on a TV budget. It really did.
And it made 10 times the money in the box office.
Yep. It shot for $1.2 million. The marketing back then was so much cheaper. They probably put another $200,000 or $300,000 in the marketing alone. And then it made $10 million. That's a lot of fucking asses in seats back then.
Back then, yeah.
When some tickets were like for kids, $1 to $1.50. Fucking adults were like $3 to see a movie. God damn, man. God damn.
But no, I prefer this, even with the obviously technology didn't go along these lines, but this one's a lot better thought out than, oh, we just have like safeties that we quote unquote turn on. It's like the ones in this, it's like it detects body heat, the gun doesn't go off. That's way better safety measures than, oh, we just have it set so it doesn't fire.
So basically, if you break it down, it's about 3 million asses in seats to see this movie. 3 million people. That's a lot of fucking people to go see a movie.
And they're rebooting this again. Now, are they doing a movie or another TV show?
Well, the TV show was good for one season, and it was shit after that.
Well, in part because the whole bicameral mind crap was already, before the show even came out, was already like, nope, that's complete bunk. They just used it because it sounds cool and makes it look like it's smarter than the show actually was. Yeah, I'm wondering, do being smart idiots run in the Nolan family? Because it just seems that like they just make up some real bad science for everything they fucking do.
Well, I like Jonathan Nolan. I think Jonathan Nolan is the better writer. He created the series Person of Interest, which I liked. I really did enjoy it. And of course, by the way, a former member of the Pop Culture Minefield family is my buddy Craig Edwards. He used to produce the show. And he was the visual effects supervisor for Person of Interest. He did all the cool on-screen visual effects for that show. I should get him back on here. I'm going to bug him.
Yep, you should.
Yeah, Person of Interest is a neat little show.
Well, I want to watch the show with Anima. This is what I'm doing. I'm getting you to watch shows, and we watch them through, and then we're going to eventually do a series of shows about TV shows that were great. That
we kind of started this with Pluribus, but we never went back to it.
I did have an idea of what you could do with it that would keep it from being too like insane. Because like, you know, if you're doing like a 7-season series, that's like insane to do for a singular. I was thinking maybe you would do episodes, literally just called episodes, and you pick a notable episode of a TV series. You can still talk about the show within it, but then that way you're not burning through the entire series because like, oh, we already did that TV show.
We're not going to do the entire series. We'll talk about our favorite episodes or the best episodes, like a top 10 or something like that.
All right, I just asked you in private chat. You're not answering me. What did you say? You said a show, and Shanowski started talking over you, and I didn't hear it. I'm not mad, Shanowski. It's just I couldn't hear it.
Just disappointed.
We already started.
I'm not mad at
TV
you.
series.
I'm just disappointed in you, Mister. No. What was the show you brought up though?
Pluribus.
Pluribus.
We had 6 on for that. Remember?
Okay. You say it in such a way that it's hard for me to understand.
I say it in the way that I learned Latin, and we base
I
that
know,
on
but
modern day Italian.
We say it in America. We say it a very specific way.
I know. I'm not going to Americanize Latin.
Zero accent. Zero accent. We just say pluribus. But you say it with that because it's sexy the way you say it. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, it's sexy the way you say it. But I don't understand it sometimes. Unlike when Martin says things with an accent, I just don't fucking understand it.
I don't say it with an accent. I say how we figure out that Latin sounded back then, based on what we have today, which is Italian. So I'm not going to
ignore the fact that I just shit all over Martin, and you just start talking like I didn't say anything.
Well, you always do that. What else is new? Must be a day that ends in a Y.
No. Of course. Gary is obsessed with diction.
Diction.
Oh yeah.
It's
funny because it's true.
Widow's Bane is very good. Jim, what's up, man? Yes, Adam and I love this show. It's a little bit H.P. Lovecraft and a little bit fucking Ghostbusters. With some of the shit, and I love the comedy in it. I love the comedy. The thing that blew my mind is they killed probably the funniest guy that would be in the show. He's the minister. That guy, Russ or Truss. Oh God, he's a good fucking actor. Everybody remembers him as Frank Sinatra on the old 90s MTV vignettes they would put between shows on the weekend. And he does a spot on Frank Sinatra singing and talking. And he ended up becoming more well-known because of a show called Reno 911. He was one of the regular criminals on the show. And then he's the hitman in the movie Cop Shop, which he is fucking incredible in that movie. With, what's his name? The Scottish actor from 300.
Gerard Butler.
Gerard, yes, thank you. Hey, you weren't here earlier, Jim. Okay, buddy. You weren't here, Jim. All the computers with the lights and shit in this movie are hand-me-downs from Lost in Space. That's why they look so damn familiar. You also saw them on Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea and also in the Batcave.
Well, back then, shit was built to last. And of course, they didn't have the overblown budgets they have nowadays. So it was common to reuse stuff. Like the costume.
Oh, you just started watching it too, Zax? Okay, Zax, then you're going to have to join us on a Thursday when we do a show about Widow's Bay, because I'm telling you, it's a good show. We keep telling people, fucking watch this show. This is quality. Because this is the thing about Apple Plus. Apple Plus is a hit or miss channel. But I got to tell you, at least they put forth the effort to try to put out good as well as woke. They do put out woke shit that woke ruined Brian, ruined For All Mankind. Because I like that show. And then it got woke. And I kept going, please, next episode, please, and it would be more woke. Finally, it's like somebody told me, well, they cleaned it up this new season. You're going to like it now. It's so much better. I go to watch it, and Al Gore is president. And I went, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Widow's Bay is good. It's brilliantly written. It's not woke. And they better give us 2 episodes for that fucking cliffhanger they did. Because that angered us, both Gary and me. We got so annoyed.
It's like shit's going down and it goes to black and then the end titles and music. And I was like, ah!
They always give you an explanation at the end. And now they go and pull a fucking cliffhanger.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I like it.
I like
this show so much.
You got very annoyed.
Oh, yeah. There's
excited.
There is a Star Trek connection to this movie.
Okay. Majel Barrett's in it.
Yeah, Majel Barrett. Yeah.
She plays the Miss Kitty that runs the
brothel. Yeah.
The brothel at the whorehouse at the bar. And it's absolutely her. But I mean, even in the 70s, man, she was gorgeous, man. She was a tall drink, tell you. I've met her on 2 occasions and just the nicest lady. Just the nicest. And guess what? It hates you.
It means a lot of different things to a lot of
It's an easy
people.
word to just say,
yeah,
and everybody fucking gets what you're saying. So you don't have to go into an elaborate fucking explanation. It's like when one of my idiot friends, I love him to death. But we're sitting at a table and I said, well, it hit my nasopharyngeal area. He goes, what's that? I said, it's a contraction of 2 words. It's the nose, naso, pharyngeals, the pharynx, the back of the throat. He goes, why don't you just say that? I said, because that's a lot more fucking words than to just say nasopharyngeal. And he looked at me, he goes, why are you going to say that? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, because I don't dumb down my conversations for other people. And it shut him up. And he stopped bitching at me. He's never won an argument with me, ever. Jim Woodward, too. Jim has never won an argument with me. They get frustrated and just get quiet. When they realize that I've out-logicked them.
Hey,
we got a Mefraid. Hey, Mephisto, how you doing,
Hi,
buddy?
Meph. Thanks for the raid.
In this one, anytime they're showing the actual effect of their vision, that was actually one of the more expensive shots in the entire movie because they had to process all that stuff manually.
Yeah. Well, they didn't do it manually. They had to manually feed it in. And then they would leave it overnight for 8 or 9 hours to process. And 10 seconds, 8 to 9 hours, 10 seconds footage. And I think all in all, there's a minute of footage in this film that was run through that process. And it's pretty incredible what they did.
Man, is there anything more common in these times than a rural Jew?
That one's for you, Mav. And this one goes out to Gambit today for once again pointing out that he hates the word woke.
And Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
The sad part is we're basically, post everything that happened with this certain Lucasfilm person leaving. It's getting to the point where it's basically the fandom, as whatever you want to call them, are basically starting to turn on each other. I kind of figured that would happen.
You've got different theoretical versions of feminism, and they do come in conflict with each other, which is always amusing to me. Like, how far are you going to go? Hey, you can dislike a word all you fucking want. It's a word that works. It works, whether you like it or not. It works. It says exactly what is needed to be said. And I've always said, Keith and I were woke back when woke meant something good. And these people ruined it. It's not our fault. Let's see. Matt Damon. There you go, Sander.
Saddest part is because of their attempts to fight racism, they actually made the world a lot more racist.
Oh, it's far more racist now.
Yep.
Far more. Well done. Is there a Bacalacadac Street in the Westworld? I don't know. Martin's not here right now.
They don't have Middle East land.
But then again, is he ever really here?
He was just here.
No, he left.
Yeah.
He kindly left on the slideshow.
And I'm looking. I'm not seeing it. Although we do have Martin cussing.
Luis, una chingada, vámonos, cabrón. ¡Vete al procedimiento! ¡A la chingada el procedimiento, cabrón, vámonos!
There you go.
Other funny thing because of this movie, Michael Crichton almost didn't do Jurassic Park because he felt that it's like, what do they do doing Resort? But I already did that in Westworld.
He was done directing movies after Westworld. He didn't want to do it again.
Yeah, though, but the actual story, it's like, I already did that concept with Westworld, but it was, robots. Now I'm doing it again in dinosaurs. And he's like, well, I can't really live any other way that would be fun other than the private sector. So, fuck it. It's entertainment again.
All in all, he did direct 4 projects. Oh, excuse me. Because he was director of the TV movie before this one, year before, was called Pursuit. Then he did Westworld. Then he directed Coma, which is another great movie. He also directed The Great Train Robbery with Donald Sutherland and Sean Connery. Then he directed the movie Looker, which is one of my favorite films about shit that we're dealing with today with women and changing their facial features surgically and by other means.
Yeah.
And then he also directed the great fun action adventure sci-fi film with Tom Selleck called Runaway. Then he directed a terrible movie called Physical Evidence. Not his fault. And then he directed the video game, not the movie, Timeline. But they did turn it into a film with Gerard Butler, and it's pretty good.
Looker apparently got butchered also by the studios.
All of them do, but I got to tell you, man, it's still carrying a 6.1. Anything over 5 is moving into the good territory. And I love that the tagline for it is looks could kill. And basically 3 out of 4 models who had plastic surgery done by this character on a computer list are found dead. Neither the cops nor this doctor believe they were suicides. So the main character is the doctor who begins investigating why these women are dead and where's the fourth model. And it's a good fucking movie.
And they remove when he actually explains why they're doing it at all. Like you find out who's behind it, but you don't find out too much of the reason. There's like a deleted scene that kind of goes into it.
Yeah. So it's got beautiful Susan Day in it. She used to be part of the Partridge Family. You also have James Coburn in the movie. He's great in it. And you have Dorian Harewood. Now, he was one of those black character actors that were in a lot of movies. But you go, I know that face, but I don't know the name. But he's been in a lot of them. And one of my favorite films he was in was Against All Odds with Jeff Bridges and James Woods. It's a good movie. I'm very fond of it, and I do have a copy of it. It's a film I haven't seen. When did it come out? 89? 81. God damn. I've not seen it since 1984 then, because I think it was on HBO that I saw it. I didn't get to see it in the theater. But Albert Finney's in it, man. I fucking love Albert Finney.
Yep. No, one that was supposed to be, we at least got option for one, but never got made was Prey, which is like a nanotech swarm. I'm like, God, I want to see that.
Now, the one that, did he write it? Wait, no. Who wrote that one?
Which one?
I got to look up this movie real quick.
What, 13th Warrior?
No. I'm trying to remember the name of the movie. Tom Sizemore. I'll just look it up by his name. Tom Sizemore starred in this movie. And I'm trying to remember who wrote the book. The Relic. Who wrote The Relic?
I think, wasn't that a Kuntz one?
No, it was written by I'm double checking on the author on this one. I love that book, and I was so pissed at the movie.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah, Douglas Preston wrote the novel under the pen name of Lincoln Child. It's actually really good. I really do like that book. And I read the book, and it really kind of had that feel of a Michael Crichton kind of story. Because there's hints of science mixed with what people perceive as magic. Magic is just science that it hasn't been discovered yet. This is actually a fun scene, but when I look back at it, it's like, this is so weird. Because
they get to trash the place?
It's lit like a TV show again. Look how everything is lit right there in that image.
Yeah, I know.
Everything is overlit. I can't stand that. My eyes hate that. I hate looking at overlit scenes. But it's a fun scene where they have this bar fight and they're like passed out. Like everybody's like unconscious on the floor, robots and humans alike. And I'm like, safety parameters again? You know?
Yeah, also, nobody cleans up overnight. That's also how, something is not right here.
Yeah, that's right. It's still fucked up from the night before. That's right. I forgot about that.
Nobody did any cleaning up.
Oh my God.
The town is empty.
This thing is so fucking cool. Let me bring up a photo of this thing because it got cleaned up in the photo. The photo I'm going to show you is a more clean version of it.
Oh my God. Yeah, the mask that they did of Brynner's face was awesome.
Let's I'm going to bring it up here in a second. I just tried to share it.
There you go.
There it is. That's really incredible, man. That is some incredible foam latex rubber work right there. But I will tell you, this is the cleaned up version of it, where somebody who really knows how to paint was brought in to make it look more like flesh through painting. So this is the cleaned up version you can go see at a museum.
Yeah.
And it's incredible looking. It's incredible.
Yeah,
this is a toy.
72.
This is a miniature maquette I would love to get and have set out with the head, the face slightly moved out from the head with an arm, attached to it. Just like, fuck, that would be awesome to have as a figure, like a 18 to 20 inch tall figure to mount in a glass display case. That one, Terminator, anything from Terminator, all the characters. I would love all the characters from Terminator. Well, Terminator 2 and Terminator. And I showed you, they're putting out a couple of them right now, and they're really good fucking maquettes. They stand about 24 inches tall.
I mean, the Japanese have some really great model kits if you ever go over some of the stuff they
make. I do, dude. I'm so blown away. Look, I like the vinyl kits we had back in the 90s because I bought RoboCop and I bought the Terminator from Terminator 2, where he's got the leather on and he's got this area of his face is missing, damaged. That was a really good, and it was a Japanese guy that sculpted both of those. I think it's the same artist. But what they did with the robotic stuff in this for the little budget they had, pretty fucking incredible. And this is also a moment when you know shit was going wrong because she won't let him seduce her. Her seduction software is not working, and she slaps him, which you're not supposed to be able to do.
Yeah, but because she is made for recreational purposes.
Yep, she's just like Pris from Blade Runner. She's a recreational model.
Well, I think one of the important things to emphasize is that these are just machines. Especially with the end when he gives the girl the water and she just short circuits.
He thinks she's real.
No water, no water. And then he gives it to her and she just starts like sparking and then smoke comes out of her.
Short circuits.
Now, this guy, too, is another actor who you saw all over the place on television. A really good actor.
And and I'm inclined to think that it's an intentional virus because not only does it cause the park to go haywire, but it traps them in and kills them all.
Well, they didn't make these things. The people working on them in the movie aren't the ones who made it, which is weird that we don't have those people. And I suspect that, like Anima asked, like, why is he running? Why are there no? I said, those are all other departments that he's running past. And I'm assuming they're all dead. And one of the departments is probably in another building, just like in the TV series. They make them, while the maintenance people don't know what.
One of the head scientist said that they are the components that make the robots function, not the bodies, but the mind. They are created autonomously by another computer. No human was involved in that, and that is why they don't understand fully how do they work.
Yeah, which is freaky. You've got guys working on it that know how to repair them, but they don't know how to make them. They don't know how they're made.
And the scariest part is they discuss shutting down the whole thing, and they go against that because it would be the smart thing to do, but no, that's too much. Like, we can't lose all this business. Let's just not have new customers come in and we can handle the ones we have right now. It's like
and the big problem they also have when they shut everything down, the robots are still going for a little bit.
Yeah, they can't shut them
down. They're no longer under any control, and they've locked themselves in, unable to reboot the system, and that's why they all die.
Guys,
what?
Yeah, we had a meth raid.
Yeah, I know. We thanked him. Yeah, you weren't here, so you didn't know that we already went through all that.
You went through a lot.
And I thanked him, and I played Meth his video.
Oh.
Did we do Snorty though? I'm not sure.
No. I'm on it. I
mean, he was very naughty today.
Yeah.
It's
okay,
like
Snorty.
I always say, even when Martin's here, he's not here.
Exactly. There you go.
Dibba dibba. I like dancing to that thing.
With this whole concept, I think this is like a one and done movie concept. I don't think this needs to be some elaborate like franchise or TV series.
That's why they should have just done one season. I got to be honest. Just one season of Westworld. We got an answer at the end of the show I thought was good enough. And I thought it was interesting. And we want to go deeper into the mystery. And I'm like, nah, there's really no mystery. We know what happened here.
It gets even worse because basically the point of the Westworld TV series is like mankind's evil and basically deserves to be wiped out, but we can put everyone in this sublime AI world where everyone will be equal.
Here's what needed to happen that they didn't do. In fact, this is what fans wanted. I was part of that fan group online talking about this shit. If you were going to do this, if you're going to do more than one season, what you needed to do is tell from beginning to end what happened in each world. Have all new characters. But you would have repeat characters from the robots and in the scientists. You'd have them. And what they're dealing with that situation, because each one. And Samurai World is what everybody was expecting in the next movie. Or in the next season. We were expecting Samurai World and focus only on that. And the scientists still trying to deal, the engineers, not scientists, the engineers that were working on these things, and in the panic that ensues when things start to go downhill. We get to see it from each one of these Disney-like fictional worlds. You can have everything, like from ancient Greece, the Middle East. You could do like all these worlds, and each season was like the beginning.
What happened that day?
Yeah, what happened that fucking day? That would have been an amazing series. But no,
now,
they wanted to go Blade Runner meets Battlestar Galactica, and it got stupid.
I need to interrupt you. John Whitaker has sent a GIF. We cannot see it here on StreamYard because I think it's a new thing on YouTube. But he sent flow state.
Can you take a snapshot of it?
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, so we can put it up on screen. That'd be great.
Yeah, I guess.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
I guess.
Martin. It's so good of you.
Gary?
Yeah.
Shut up, Gary!
Shut up.
Okay, I'm on it.
I was going to bring in some photos that I wanted to show during the show today. Got some really good ones.
See, I've had some thoughts of like if I ever did anything really to Westworld. And one idea I had was a guy who's into quality assurance, like for computer products and everything else. So he actually knows how to like mess and break with systems. And that would be the guy you have like locked in the park.
Jen, I am so happy for you. You had some thoughts. Wow.
Wow.
You've answered the debate we've had for years.
I have more thoughts than Martin.
Yeah.
This is when shit goes wrong.
Okay, wait. Here it is. God knows what is a flow state and what are.
I have no idea what that means.
Hold on.
But he did it.
I want to see this because I'm not seeing it right now. I'm on another screen. There we go. John Wicker sent flow state for 200 joules. Outstanding, dude. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have no idea what
it means. I have no idea what that is, but thank you.
So, question, do you think it actually remembers and is upset about what happened before, or is it just
I do believe that
program?
Yes, it does.
Oh,
yes,
I believe he absolutely remembers. And by the way, I wanted to bring that up. That's with those silver eyes, man. Those lenses in.
Yeah.
They're so creepy. And he was blind as shit when he had those on. He couldn't see anything.
They had to tell him where to go, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They blocked the scenes for him, so he knew exactly how many steps he had to take to turn to get around something. Because he was blind walking through the labs. and he had to know exactly where his marks were. And hi, Reed.
Hello,
And
Reed.
this is a close-up of the sensor that sits under the barrel of the gun. And I'm telling you, all they would have to do is put 2 lights on that, a green one and a red one.
There is a red light for when the battery is empty. Remember?
Yeah, in the rib.
The bottom of the hand.
Yeah.
And you needed lights like the Blade Runner gun. Like on the very back here, you would have like on one side of the back of it, there would be like a little tiny red light or a green light. And if it goes green, you're allowed to shoot. You can now shoot it. It's telling you can shoot now. That way, if you're walking around and you go to draw on a human, it wouldn't fire. It would be red. And then it would have been a great moment when they're standing there in the street and he looks down at his gun and he says, "Hey, it's green inside the holster. Is that right?" And then he gets shot. And I'm like, oh, fuck. That's why it's green. It's no longer connected to the computer. That safety features are off. It is a deadly weapon to everybody now. Yep. And there are so many things that they could have done so simple in the story to explain things away. I also wanted to show, where's that photo? Here it is. Because we were talking about this earlier. And there they are, father and son, James.
Damn, boy.
This is also the moment where the movie becomes, basically it shifts into a horror film.
Yep. Well, yeah. It's the Terminator. It's the Terminator from this point forward. Yep. By the way, this is another great shot of the robotic version of him. And that's beautiful work, man. Look at the work, the circuitry work inside that head. That's really fucking cool. And I love how they even have a thing there for the mouth. That's where the voice comes from.
And I'm happy to have some semi-satisfied with actual grime instead of everything being super clean and people wearing black turtlenecks for some reason.
Oh my God! Look at what Reed is saying here.
Redub this movie with Blazing Saddles audio. The fart scene would be really weird. Like, what's with all the farting here?
The robot is a dong.
Dong. Yeah. I said, he says he's nearer. No, dag nabbit. I said the sheriff is a dong. And so there he is. That's Michael Crichton. That's a cool shot with the way they lit the dinosaur bones in the background.
Yeah.
Great photo of him. He died way too young.
Though still one of my favorite Michael Crichton related photos is the Steven Spielberg in front of the down Triceratops, and some people thought he had killed a real dinosaur because they're idiots.
All right, and for everybody's edification, at the end of the movie, the original ending, he was actually a chocolate-covered cowboy for him to take home and eat. If you win the gunfights, all of them, you get a chocolate cowboy to take home. You're welcome.
What?
He's telling a joke, and we all forgot to laugh.
Because that's the burned, charred version of him. Even though it wouldn't look like that, it would be just really fucked up looking. But that looks like they didn't have money. And they just threw that together last minute.
It still was kind of a jump scare, though, because you think he's done. He was just on fire for a long fucking time.
I knew he was going to come back. I knew it.
I do like the idea of just the hollow phase as like the perfect metaphor for what these things are. There's literally nothing inside. It is a void of death.
All right, you can start the video back up. The slideshow.
The scary thing is, in Romeland, everybody is dead. In the castle, everybody is dead. In Western Land, there's nobody there. All the people are just, where are they? The streets are empty. Just Gunslinger and these two. And then he shoots them.
Maybe the previous tourist left.
The way he comes out of that building, he's absolutely on the hunt for them, for shooting him. Richard Benjamin's character particularly, because he was the one doing the shooting.
Twice.
Twice, yeah. The second time, he just went into his room and shot him. So yeah, the machine is angry.
It's a great set for the characters because they do this so many times. They're just used to like, oh, whatever. They don't even think it's anything threatening until it's too late.
I'll do it this time, yeah. Then he gets hit.
Yeah, too bad people didn't listen to Michael Crichton's warnings because
I know, right?
Just going, yeah, this AA stuff will just automatically be great. It's like, no, you have to be really careful with how you handle this stuff, otherwise it's going to just go very badly and kill everyone. It'll be fine.
All right, this one is for 11 Alpha.
Independent films are those black and white hippie movies. They're always about gay cowboys eating pudding.
Yep. And if you ever saw the episode, it's literally the two cowboys standing next to each other. It's like, well, let's explore sexuality, and they start making out.
Yeah, I just went through the entire list of all of his films, and I love the movie Coma. It is one of, I think, one of his best films, and it was again another warning about medical research becoming a farming.
You sounded like an AI script. I like the movie Coma.
Coma, where they begin to farm human beings for organs and shit.
Yeah, and sadly, that's actually what happened in real life, because when you sign the donor thing, they'll go, oh, he might go, well,
Michael
do not
Crichton
resuscitate, cut open.
Michael Crichton saw it, and he warned all of us with a movie that this is coming, and it did. Crichton would direct. I'm not showing any more of your stuff yet.
Screen Gambit's posts before we bring them up.
Yeah.
Well, he brings them up after we brought the stuff up.
These I don't mind because these like are in the moment. But when you start repeating stuff I've already talked about, what did you say? I like that. Yeah, that was good.
What did you say?
Now, one thing I got to tell you about Yul Brynner, I don't think he's a very good, even though he's proficient, I don't think he's a very good horseback rider. He rides very stiffly.
Yeah, well, he's a robot. He has to be stiff, remember?
No, he rode that way in real life.
Okay.
That's the way he actually rides. It works in this movie.
Well, he practiced very hard to move like a robot. Like the way he walks and it echoes in these hallways. Oh my god!
Oh look, man, the
so
sound effects of them walking around those hallways almost sounds like droplets of water. Boink, boink.
It
boink
sounds
sound.
wet, yeah.
And it's unnerving in a good way because it really makes you apprehensive.
Yeah, there is no score, which I really love about it, because at that point you're on edge for every single sound and noise.
Very much so. Yeah, I totally agree. The sound effects in this movie are very good. They're effective. And I also got to say that the only thing that I find weak in this movie is the fucking lighting. And that was because they got a TV director of photography. And I think that he screwed up the fucking lighting.
I do think the beginning part with the shuttle is a little weird also, but that's also budget issues.
It was a budget issue because he shot footage of the shuttle and it didn't look right to him. He thought it looked fake. My assumption is what they did is they put that miniature, which I showed earlier. Is it still up here? No, it's got, wait, do we do all? Yeah, we did all the photos. Okay, so I'm going to go grab this one again. Image file, and you put it up when you get a chance to, Martin. I don't want to interrupt your flow, but the shuttle in the film is a pretty cool miniature, and they shot it. And I'm assuming what they did is because of budgetary constraints, instead of doing in front of a blue screen, they use either rear or front screen projection, and it didn't look right. It didn't look real enough. So they just didn't show it. We get to see it land on this little platform that has the elevator in it.
Yeah, it does kind of remind me of a shuttlecraft from the Star Trek movies they did.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's got the Klingon type wing sticking out, but it doesn't look like the Vulcan shuttle, but it does look like the Federation shuttle right up in
Yeah. The one they're like going around the Enterprise in the first Star Trek movie.
When Kirk and Scotty are doing their little tour, which was absolutely one of the greatest moments in Star Trek history, where we, the audience, were getting a tour of the exterior of the ship like that. We'd never had anything like that before. And that was a wonderful fucking moment for Star Trek fans. Yeah, Keith and I loved the Star Trek movie, and we love the final cut, the director's cut that's available on Paramount.
Well, I never got where people were like, this was a terrible movie. I didn't like super love it when I was a kid, but I was like,
I have never heard that.
Because the movie's very slow. So some people call the first Star Trek movie boring.
Oh, Star Trek. I thought you were talking about Westworld.
Yeah.
It's when are we talking about the actual movie when we do a show about the movie?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a protracted cat and mouse game, like the rest of the movie, which
that's what the
neat.
third act is. That's all the third act is, which is when the cat and mouse should really begin. It's like your main character and main villain, your protagonist, your antagonist, have a build up to when they finally go into conflict. And that should always be in your third act, when they finally everything culminates into their cat and mouse battle of wits. And I think this is really well done. And again, those are the computers used in Lost in Space, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, and Batman. And again, there's an actor who had a lot of work in the 70s.
And they just said that the oxygen is dropping because they don't have access to fresh air. It's a closed system and it shut down.
And that's when you kind of go, who was that guy that built this place?
Ever heard of the backup?
Somewhere else. Yeah.
A Dr. Kevorkian.
What an asshole.
Why?
What an asshole. Anyway, that's Alan Oppenheimer. His real name is Oppenheimer. And he was in a lot of TV, man, back in the day. Is he still alive? He's still alive, man.
This is so scary when he comes across that maintenance guy and he's just scared to death because he knows what's happening.
Yeah, he thinks it's a robot.
No chance.
Yeah.
He needs to see the hands. And then he knows.
Oh, he's going to find you and kill you. He will find you and he will kill you. And this guy was in a lot of shit too. In fact, when I was a kid in high school, we had a film strip we had to watch of a guy that's dealing with drinking and driving over the periods of the centuries. And it starts with this actor right here, goes all the way through it, playing different characters in time. And my favorite is when he plays a cowboy who rides his horse home drunk.
Yeah.
Back then, they couldn't pull you over for that. But ironically, some places, if you're drunk on the back of a horse, they'll fucking arrest you for being drunk in public. Even though the horse is the one doing the driving.
Yeah,
Let's see. But good grief, man. That actor, Oppenheimer, is in so many movies, but my favorite, oh wow, wait a minute. He's in the new Trancers movie.
Before you go there, we have to do this.
There's some pictures of civilian casualties.
Fuck you, Tim.
Oh wow, there's a new Trancers movie with Tim Thomerson. It came out.
That is a name I've not heard since Dollman.
I fucking love Tim Thomerson, man. Trancers, the whole deathly affair, because the character's name is Jack Death. So that's cool. Because it's spelled deathly like his name, Death. But anyway, this guy's a good actor. He's in a lot of shit from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And I love his death scene here. He gets his golf cart going, and Richard Benjamin takes off on the horse, and then you hear two shots, and the guy's like laying back. There he is. He's deader than shit. you know, it's like all he's doing is killing people because that's what his original programming is. That's
before dying, he gave him the hint that acid could work on the robot's face. That's how he knows what to do when he comes across the acid bottles later.
Yeah, he worked on He-Man. He was
Skeletor.
King. Well, he was King Grayskull in one.
He was
He did Skeletor. He did Skeletor and Chip and Dale. And did he do it early on too? Was he the voice of? I'm going back as far back as I can in his career. All right, let's get back to the 80s. You know, the decade when Anima was born. Boy, he worked on a lot of Disney voice stuff too. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, a lot of those people aren't as well known as they should be.
Holy crap, back in 87, he did the voice of Handlebar and Outlaw Scuzz and Stampede for Brave Star. I watched that show.
That was such a weird cartoon.
Yeah, he was the original voice of Skeletor. He did Skeletor for She-Ra and for He-Man. Holy crap, look at all the cartoons he did.
Chinaski, do not trash talk Brave Star, please.
He did the voice of the president for Chuck Norris Karate Commandos series.
The fuck?
Well,
yes,
I hate to break it to you, but Brave Star came about because they wanted to do a show about the villain of it, not Brave Star himself.
So, but this was a great scene. All the dead bodies. There's one shot that's not here, got cut out, of the wife, the king that's in the medieval. She's over here. She's dead in the garden, blood coming out of her face.
The humans are all dead, but I think the robots, some of them are damaged, but some of them are shut off because you see the queen later and she's not damaged. She's just shut off.
I think that they just run out of juice.
They did, oh, I didn't know that they had a Jewish one. So,
oh my God.
Israel land.
He's also one of the Klingon priests in TNG. I don't remember that. I remember the episode, but I don't remember him being in it. I'll have to go back and look at that.
He was in makeup, so understandable.
I got to tell you, man, I watched He-Man with my son, Benjamin, and I started liking the show. That's pretty
good
cool.
Show.
And then my son started watching She-Ra, and all of a sudden he wanted to be She-Ra, and I'm like, I'm in trouble. I am in big trouble. I'm She-Ra.
I thought you would have been worried when he said fabulous secret powers.
I knew I was in trouble. I'm not kidding you. I knew something was up with my kid. He was 4 years old, and I suspected he was gay because that kid never wanted to do anything athletic with us. I go out with his uncle, and we go play baseball. Hey, Ben, we're going to go out. This is real conversation. Hey, Ben, your uncle and I are going to go do some infield fly practice. You want to join us? You want to come do some throwing with us? He goes, nah, I'm okay. I'm just going to read the new Anne McCaffrey book. And I'm like, okay. And I turned around and went, who the fuck is Anne McCaffrey? So after that, I dropped Jay off later and went to the big Logos bookstore. And I asked him, where's Anne McCaffrey books? She's over there at fantasy. So I went over to the fantasy section. I found it, Dragon Riders of Pern. And I got a copy of it. And I read the first 40 pages, put it down. And I'm like, I fucking hate this. I fucking hate this. And I'm like, what the fuck is my 6-year-old son doing reading this? Like,
where'd they even find it if you didn't buy it for him?
Well, Lori worked at a bookstore for a while she was in college. And so she was a book nerd. She liked a lot of books. I like them too, but specific genres. And boy, she would just buy him books and man, oh man, that kid liked fucking fantasy books.
It's funny because all the fancy stuff I write, I generally pick up like history books or books about different societal issues because I'm trying to do research to understand things when I do a fantasy setting. I don't ever reference fantasy.
I think it's important, especially if you want to talk about government. Not getting into politics, but getting into government. I think it's important to read history books about those kinds of people, and the interconnectivity between National Socialism to Marxism, Leninism, Stalinism to the fascists' approach to Stalinism, because they were more Stalinistic than they were anything.
JP Morgan can go to hell.
Oh, okay.
No, World War I. Like a big reason ended up happening is because the people who basically owned the Banks of England, all this other stuff, didn't like Germany cutting in their territory.
This is a cool scene, running with these red lights on.
Yeah.
Even though I have no idea what those red lights are for. It's something bad. It's something bad.
Yep.
Yeah, something just went from bad to worse.
Yeah. Crichton made his debut as director with the television. Yeah, I talked about this earlier, buddy. I mean, 30-30 in Soul Calibur character creator.
Mike gets it. You get it, buddy.
No, Animus Forever 24.
I said that too. I will bravely admit, if she stays 29 for the rest of her life, I will be the only thing that goes into 29 twice.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Please stop.
Just why?
You're marrying him. I'm starting to question.
And you know what you win, Anima, for marrying me? A chocolate cowboy.
I really hope it's chocolate.
The way you're saying
I really hope it's chocolate.
The way you're saying it makes it sound like it's some sort of demented sex act.
Just never.
Everything Gary says sounds like demented sex.
No, I think we were demonetized a long time ago. I'm sorry.
This is the best right here. The best CG done in the film right here. 1973. CG effects.
Yep, and after he does it, he's seeing red. That's effective visual storytelling.
Well, I love, because when you watch this scene, look at his expression when he sees the fire and he goes from one light source to the other. And he's like it's almost like he's in awe. He gets lost looking at this. It's something he's never seen before. And he kind of forgets about his target. And I'm like, oh, well, this is a good time to leave quietly.
And then he knocks shit over.
And making noise, and reminds the killer robot, oh, that's right, I was here to kill you.
Yeah, it works way better
Also,
in this. Go ahead, Anna.
For the actor or stunt guy, respectively, to be visible like that, the costumes had to be in very bright colors and in just one color. So one was white and the other, I think, was dark. Because otherwise the computer wouldn't have been able to pick that up and make it actually visible had he just been in the normal costume. I think that's fascinating early on CG.
Yeah. I much prefer, though, where this is like either something went wrong or it was a virus versus, oh, yeah, this was totally, absolutely planned. And basically people are murderous assholes and rapists and humanity deserves to die.
This scene, man, was so hard to watch because he's on fire for a long time. And all I could think of was that poor stunt dude. And Gary goes like, no, they cut it together. And then we watch a making of and see the stunt guy being on fire for this long time. This stressed me out.
Yeah, the whole, he was on fire for 20, 25 seconds, man. And I'm like, holy shit. fall so they can put you out. And he finally does. I'm like, oh, thank God.
They are yelling at him, and then you see their faces, and they're all so stressed out filming this scene.
And he was like, hey, man. By the way, we watched Fall Guy yesterday. I've been waiting to watch that movie for a while, and I'm like, oh my God, that was a fun fucking movie. I so thoroughly enjoyed that movie. Like, why didn't it make more money? I want a sequel, you know?
Because people didn't know what it was.
The marketing was bad. The marketing was really bad.
Did you notice the homage to the truck? It was the paint job was exactly the same.
Exactly the same. I also love that Lee Majors plays a cop in a movie they're making. He's an actor at the end of the movie. I thought it was a very good ending. I laughed at the ending. I'm like, that's perfect. That's perfect. And of course, instead of having Lee Majors' version of the song, because in the TV series, the song is sung by Lee Majors. And he's got a fine voice. But they got a real country singer to come in there and do a new version of it for the movie, and it was good. I
like the new version.
I was very happy.
I wasn't all that happy that they changed the lyrics, but it works.
You know what? I got to tell you, didn't even pay attention to that. All I cared about was, they played the song. Thank you. Because I love that song. I watched that show. I watched it with my dad.
Yeah.
We're both Lee Majors fans.
My musical highlight was when Emily Blunt sings Against All Odds. That was so good.
Emily Blunt is one of the most beautiful women. She's not hot.
She is.
She's gorgeous. And she is so good in this fucking movie. She plays the little girl in love that's trying to be a big girl, but can't help but still be a little girl. And he's a fucking idiot. But he's also brave, but he's an idiot. And you fucking love both those characters. Like, God damn, that was a good fucking movie.
Oh, man, I love it when he got into her trailer with the costume on, and she thinks that he's a killer.
And I'm like going, he's so stupid. He's so stupid. He didn't take the mask off. Oh, here he goes. He destroys a robot here trying to give it water. No, water.
Because it didn't check the hands. He thought she was real, and he had finally found another survivor.
What's this one? Peter Martin is like, when he throws the fire at the cowboy android, take this all the way to hell.
By the way, the last thing they shot was actually the beginning of this movie, in part because people didn't get the movie was over. And that's why they had the whole thing of, where they do a callback to it.
Well, another reason was that they were tearing down the sets to sell the land they were on. So they had to shoot first.
They had to shoot specific locations on the back lot because when they were done shooting, it was torn down.
Oh,
and that's why the film is kind of shot out of order, which is fine. But it's also why his character doesn't have the silver eyes at the beginning of the movie, because those scenes were all shot after he got the powder squib inside the blank. It came out of the barrel and bounced into his eye and hit him in the left eye, and hit him right on the sclera. And so he couldn't wear the lenses for like 10 days, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
And so that's why you have certain shots where he's not wearing anything, lenses in his eyes. And that's why you have him with lenses for part of the film and without. And they never explained it in the movie, and I don't think it matters. Mark, I've got to stop fantasizing about Lee Majors. Maybe one more time.
I always just kind of figure it was kind of a toggle, like it was going, blend in mode versus when thinks it's not being watched, it's going in a more detailed scanning mode because of its different visions.
Yeah, it killed it that first week. Once again, you see $2 million in 1973 for the first weekend. Let me go do the math for you. Let's see.
That's a lot.
Because basically, I'm going to divide it, because on average, it would be about $3 a ticket. So you take 2 million, and now we divide that by 3.1 equals. That is 645,161 people with their asses in seats on the first weekend. That's a lot of people to see a movie one weekend. Kay Francis was Yummy Yummy in the 1920. Yeah, Coconut's a great film.
Monty Python's favorite movie.
I was a bit disappointed by this ending, by the way, because I wanted to see the aftermath. You don't even see him get out of the resort.
No, like you don't even know how he's going to. My guess is he's going to go to the shuttle platform. But again, when they're at the platform, he says, "Do you think some of these people are those things, the robots?" He goes, "Probably." It's like,
you just don't know.
Is there going to be a way to get out of there?
And I
Wherever
needed
this
that.
place is located. That was the weird thing about like the TV series, the newer one, where they're on an island, as I recall. So they're really isolated. Like if you escape it at that in that series, well, the fuck you getting off that island?
I don't think the park even lasts after this, because not only did they, never mind the lawsuits from families of all the customers who were murdered, the entire staff's dead. Like, there's nothing you can do to continue the park. It's done. A fork has been stuck in it.
Yeah, but how do the big heads deal with it? I wanted to see that. How do they get him out?
That was like...
I mean, I think they just say gas leak or some stupid shit like that. It's like, oh, there was a gas leak.
I remember. Okay, go ahead.
Go.
So I remember promotions for this where it would say, "Come to Westworld, where nothing possibly could go wrong. Could go wrong. Could go wrong. Could go wrong." And I thought that was so fucking awesome, but I've never been able to find that. It was a trailer for the show. I mean, for the movie. And Jurassic Park is just a remake of Westworld with dinosaurs instead of robots.
And I stated while we watched the movie, the slogan, "Nothing can go wrong," is asking for trouble.
Yeah. The guy says it in the movie too.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's impossible. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Like, oh yeah. That hubris is what that's referred to as. Pride cometh before the fall.
Yep.
Hubris?
Yes, Martin Hublis, the prolific archaeologist who studied the pubic bones of small birds.
The fuck are you drinking, man?
Too much caffeine. It's not good for the brain.
Well, he said pubis, so I had to do something with it.
I said hubris.
Oh, pubis. That's what I thought you said.
You. H-U-E.
Me.
Jen.
I'm giving up.
God, stop.
I give up.
So my son's page, Benjamin, these are some of the books he's written. And I was just going to go look to see if we could see any of his He-Man pictures from some of his collection, because he's got a lot of, and he's a cross-dresser. And he has like the biggest He-Man collection. Like here you can see some of it. This is his husband, John, on the wall there. Just so much He-Man collectibles.
And he cries sometimes when he comes out of bed, just to lay out what's in his head. And he's feeling a little peculiar.
Okay, here's some more. Look at all those action figures and shit, man. He is a fucking fanatic about collecting She-Ra and He-Man action figures. Oh, here's some Madonna crap over here or something. I don't know what that is.
That's bad taste.
I love how much you hate Madonna. I really do.
I'm like, what is gay people's infatuation with Bette Midler? and Madonna. I just don't understand it. Yes, great singer with Bette Midler, but like I just don't understand that. It's like the weirdest fucking thing to love.
More I don't understand any hype around Madonna. I mean, what the fuck?
I mean, Madonna basically just joined OnlyFans before OnlyFans was a thing. I mean, though, I don't know. She did inspire a pretty good SNL skit, which is when the guy from the Ten Commandments,
Charlton Heston,
version of Madonna's sex book. It's like,
when he read it as a joke.
Can't I just say vagina?
Because it's just so funny when people do that. Like there was another one. It was Gregory Peck. Who was it? It was a great actor. No, Orson Welles did it, or was it Victor Bono that would go on Carson and read popular songs like they were like the greatest Shakespeare sonnet. He would read them. And one of them was shake, 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 shake your booty. Shake your booty. And he read it like it was something dramatic. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. And it was pretty funny.
My favorite still, though, is Gilbert Gottfried reading 50 Shades of Grey. That's still an amazing video.
Well, hold on, Gambit. I will show you all my kids. And that was my son, Benjamin. Then there's Zoe Cassell is my daughter. This is her. You've seen her. She's been on the show. Ben's been on the show.
That was way before my time.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. This is Zoe's page. Some old pictures of her. Here she is explaining something really important. It's her with her brother, Christopher. Oh, I'm sorry, Christian. And she went through this period. She was adorable, but she kind of looked like Don Knotts. Like as a baby. That's me trying to eat her right there. That's me trying to eat her. She was so delicious. That was her first day home. What a wonderful day. And of course, that's my drawing table back there. Oh, I don't want to look at her. There's my daughter. She was bald as shit.
There's this thing called cropping, Gary. I suggest you learn to use it.
Like even here with her hair down, she was still bald right here around her ears. And it wasn't until she was between 4 and 5 that hair finally grew in. I was scared for her. So yeah, that's my daughter. And then he's in here. Oh wait, he's not on this one. I gotta go. And Zoe doesn't talk to him anymore. They got into a big fight. Siblings. And so they stopped talking to each other, which is always sad. Und this is my son. He was a mechanic for C-47s. He worked on C-130s too. Is it C-47? It's the super version with the jets instead of props. And this one here, this is a C-130. He worked on all of those, and I was hoping he was going to get a job doing that. I introduced him to a lot of people in Springfield because he lives here. And another weird kid. But he and Benjamin stick it out. They still get along. But he and Zoe do not get along. He's an Air Force veteran. So that's my son, Sean.
Yeah. You want things to work out with your family, but sometimes it just doesn't.
Nope, it is what it is. and I don't lose sleep over it. There's no point in it. Like things will happen the way they're going to happen, and losing sleep over is ridiculous.
Yeah, also
letting it preoccupy your days is ridiculous.
Friends are the family you get to choose.
Yep. And I have amazing people in my life, and I just lost one, and I don't know what I'm going to do without him in my life anymore, because he's always been there. And now all of a sudden he's not there anymore, and I'm like, oh crap.
Just remember, you'll be like that to someone someday, potentially your kids.
Or me.
Yeah. Wow, this is getting super heavy.
I am not preoccupied by that. I'm planning a ritual in which I can capture Gary's souls and have him.
Oh, you
this
are
episode
going
is brought
to
to you by Chocolate Cowboy. You can buy your Chocolate Cowboy at any pharmacy near you during the Easter season. Get your Chocolate Cowboy. It's delicious. They're big, so I hope you have a big family, because it'll take you forever to finish them.
Ah, so that's why you do it. You're hoping when you finally croak it, we just look around and we go, oh, thank God he finally shut up.
He is a guy. And after his mother died, it got really weird. And that's all I'm going to say. There we go. But anyway, they're all artists. All my kids are artists. That's what they do. And my daughter went into doing tattoo art, plus she paints. And my middle son does illustration. And my oldest son does sculpting, but he also writes. He made his main focus writing over doing physical art, but he still sculpts.
Has she found a new tattoo place to work in? Because she had to leave that other place.
No, she's still stuck at that job.
Oh, that sucks. Because she loved tattooing.
Yeah.
She's a natural.
She works there. Yeah. She should be inking for a living. I don't judge any of my kids. I just like
what's
they are
the
what
point?
they are. Like, I raised Zoe. I didn't get to raise my boys. The mothers raised them and did their best to interfere with our relationships. And I just don't talk about that, and I won't. There's no point in it. But people said, how did you get custody of your daughter? And I said, I learned from the best. Because once I saw how they did what they did, I did the exact same thing. I kicked the shit out of my ex-wife in court. Well, I didn't do it. The evidence did it.
Well, yeah, you had everything you need to get custody over her. She was not fit to raise her.
No. Yeah, everybody agreed with that. And even Zoe does. Zoe's the biggest judge of my job as a dad. I'm a jerk. She'll tell you that. I'm a fucking jerk. Real jerk.
Even Emma calls you a jerk, so.
I'm a mean person when you catch me at the wrong time. I can just say the meanest shit. And but I'm being brutal. I'm just being honest. And I just don't believe in candy coating things. You just don't do that. I just get it out of the way. Just say what you have to say and get it out of the way. And it's like I told Zoe, that one time she came home and I said, you need to leave the room, because I'm not going to sit here and interact with you when you're acting like a cunt. She says, don't call me a cunt. I said, I didn't call you a cunt. I said, you're acting like one. There's a difference.
Yep.
Words are important. Learn them. And that was the day that I physically, I said, leave the fucking room right now. I'm not putting up with this crap. You walk out of this fucking room, or I will pick you up and carry you out of it and throw you in your room and shut the fucking door. Do you want that? And that's when I went over. I said, okay. And I went to turn her, just grab her and turn her, not jerk her, not flip her. I grabbed her to turn her, and she went, and went to the ground like Jello, boneless chicken to the ground. And my eyes got really huge. And I just looked at her and I said, get up. Get out of this room right now. because I will drag you by your hair if I have to out of this room. You're leaving this room. And she got up, left the room quietly. And when she came back out with an adjusted attitude, I said, if you want to fucking call the cops right now, I'm cool with it because I'm done with your bullshit. You can go live with someone else if you're going to act like this. You're not going to come into this fucking house and talk to me like I, am your slave, that I'm here to do your fucking bidding and you can talk to me any way you want. And it was a fun conversation because at the end of it, it worked out. I got through to her. And what I was making clear to her is like, you cannot threaten me. There's nothing you have that you can threaten me with.
Oh my God, you became the Joker.
Yeah. You have to. Look, the first thing I learned in fighting was from my grandfather. The advice he gave was never fight a man who's got nothing to lose. And when you fight, be a man who's got nothing to lose. Which means you have to let go of everything you care about. And that's what I would do. When I got into a fight, man, nothing else mattered. And that's how I was taught to fight. You've got to stop caring about anything else right now. And all your focus is on that thing that you have to completely destroy. And so when she got into that argument with me, I'm like, you're not going to manipulate me. I'm not going to let you. So whatever you're trying to do here, you just go ahead and fucking do it. You roll that dice, see how it goes. And when it came down to it, she chose to stay with me because she liked the way I took care of her and that I did things for her and that I really was there for her when she needed me. But I am a jerk, and that's a fact. Just so you guys know, it's not your imagination. I'm a fucking jerk. And it's because I'm just brutally honest. The other thing you would say is you would call me a dick. Because like I called, what's his name? The director of Dead Ends with Batman. I'm friends with the fucking guy. And his name's escaping me right now.
Don't know.
Sandy Calora. It's very good visual effects. I mean, practical effects guy with physical effects, monsters and shit. Great sculptor. And I said, "Oh my God, you're a dick," during our interview. He went, "What?" And I went, "Yeah, you're a dick." And he was like, really like taken aback. And I went, "Oh no, it's a good thing. That means you don't put up with other people's bullshit and you just shoot straight from the hip. That's a dick. Being a dick is a good thing. Being an asshole, no, not always good. Being a jerk, it can be okay. But being a dick is more really what I am because I'm very dickish.
You're a dick jerker. A lot of people.
Well, hey, every guy really is. And if they say they're not, they're lying. Let's see. It's a theatrical remake of the original. Well, I like the original film, to be honest. But the one with Natalie Wood's a good film, too. And I also like the newer one. It wasn't bad. With the guy from Jurassic Park playing Santa. Pretty good. That was in the 90s, as I recall, wasn't it? Miracle on 34th Street. Yeah, 94. Okay. And this is why I need to talk to Gary at some point. Because I'm a dick? Okay.
No, because his kids are artists too.
It's pretty, look, be supportive. Offer them help to learn things. Don't push it on them. Don't waste your energy. Because what I discovered with Zoe, if I went in to support her, when I went in to support Zoe, man, she would just shut down and didn't want to do it anymore. The minute I supported it, she would rebel against it. And I'm like, I just gave up. I stopped. You
rebel against the rebellion.
And she's still doing it, and she denies it. Even Anima's caught her doing it. It's like, I don't even know what you're rebelling against now. It's really fucking weird. You're 26. Get your fucking shit squared away. I love her.
That's postmodernism in a nutshell. What are you rebelling against? Oh, well, we had a rebellion that took over everything. So you're wanting to reactionarily go back to the status quo from before the rebellion.
This is what I advise for any friend going through that. Shut your emotions down. Shut them down. Shut them down. Because all you're going to do is get hurt.
Yep. Stay on.
Limit how much you show your care. Limit how much you show your love. Because you never know the direction they're going to go. Teenagers are fickle fucking animals, man. And I shut down my feelings for Zoe a lot. And because nobody can hurt me more than my daughter. She knows how to hurt me. And she doesn't even care what she's doing when she does it. I am going to be good with it. Mine are shut, except for my daughter. Hey, it's the same shit Charlie went through. Charlie got cut off from the daughter's lives, man. These were young adults cutting him out of their life, taking mom's side instead of just loving their parents separately. Like they did this side thing, and it's fucking pitiful when you see something like that. Zoe never got put through that with me. I didn't raise her to be against her mom. I was all for them communicating. Didn't like it, but that's not my business. You know, my business is raising her. But when it comes to my relationship with her mom and all that shit, it was none of her business. And it didn't come to the surface with her until she made her discovery and decision, which was interesting. She was 16, and I overheard the conversation because it was pretty loud. You couldn't miss it. And I remember the words coming out of her mouth. She goes, "Why do I have to be the adult in our relationship? What is wrong with you? I don't even want to talk to you." And then she hangs up on Tracy. And I just sat there and went, "You okay?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I said, "This is some of the little things that I've tried to kind of hint at you without telling you directly." And then we had our first conversation when she was 16 about her mom. And her mom told her some fucked up funny shit about me. Like, "Mom said you had gay sex with this guy." And I'm like going, "Yeah, that happened." Right. Like, you know me. That shit, like, I get up and walk out of the room because it's just so weird to me. I can't watch shows and movies with that kissing shit. It gets weird. I don't mind
No, it wasn't gay
I don't want
sex.
to watch intimate.
Gary sucked a little dick. You know, it happens.
It was a little one.
Yeah.
A little tiny one. About pinky size Irish cut. But I told Zoe, I said, yeah, it never happened. And she goes, "Dad, I got to tell you, man, she tells me things and you tell me things and yours always ring true. And you're telling the same stories differently." And I said, "I'm telling you as an observer of what I saw and what happened. She's telling you what she thinks." And I said, "And she is what you refer to as an unreliable narrator. She has mental illness issues." So, yeah.
So you'll see the mother
that's right.
next Tuesday.
That's right. I only have straight sex with other guys.
It's not gay if you're the guy.
But, she also gets kind of frustrated by me because she's a little bit lefty. And I call her out on it. Like, she came to me one time talking about the depletion of the rainforest. And I explained to her how that works and how that doesn't impact the entire globe. That's only regional. And I said, and the thing is we still have a lot of foliage on this planet. In fact, we have more foliage on this planet today than we had 100 years ago.
What you need to do, you need to take her to Werner Herzog and get his take on how he feels about the rainforest.
Yeah. I love Werner Herzog talking about, like, it's just a place waiting to march to death.
Just the smell of death, the screams of death.
The jungle is nothing but death. That's why when I shared that photo with you guys, did you see that photo I shared of that little kid? What he said with his photo in the school yearbook, and I'm like, this kid is like what is it called, divining or whatever you call it when you psychically connect with somebody, where he's basically locked into the mind of Werner Herzog. Because that's something that Werner Herzog, is that still available? Where is that? I got to go find that. It's still in our group, right? Oh, Zoe just messaged me.
From now until the end of time, I still want there to be a story where Werner Herzog steals Klaus Kinski's ice cream and eats it in front of him.
Oh my God, yeah. I love how he had a gun too on the set when Kinski was threatening to kill him, and he pulled the gun out. And he says, "I will fucking shoot you and shoot myself." He was so worn out by Kinski's insanity that he was ready to just kill him and put himself out of his misery. That movie, if you've never seen it, guys, is worth a watch. It's called My Best Fiend. Working with Werner Herzog, working with Klaus Kinski. The stories are horrifying, but amazing at the same time. I think it's one of my favorite documentaries I've ever watched. So here it is. This little kid, Dylan is his name, says, what scares you the most? He goes, the unstoppable marching of time and slowly guiding us all towards an inevitable death. It's like, what? That is so Werner Herzog.
With DC and Marvel going under, if we do one thing for Batman, I'd love to just go Werner Herzog becomes a member of Batman's Rogues Gallery. And it's just Werner Herzog. Werner, what's your evil plan? I'm going to break into this thing. And I'm going to steal this film equipment. I'm going to make a documentary that is going to win an Academy Award.
Is you have Batman on his Bat computer, okay, in the Bat cave, and he's looking, and Alfred walks in. He goes, "And who's this now?" He goes, "It's director Werner Herzog." "Oh, plan to watch any of his films?" "No, he has to be stopped." Turn him into a fucking villain. That'd be great. That's a good idea. Yeah. I like that.
It seems again we have met Batman. Only,
well,
this time you will die.
In answer to that, I'm not gay. My penis is.
I mean, when you really get down to it, Klaus Kinski was basically the Joker. Oh my God, that could be it.
No, he really is.
He teams up with the Joker to make a movie with him.
He's not as gregarious as the Joker, but he mentally, his reaction to get shot in the arm with that fucking pellet gun, which broke the skin, by the way, it went into his arm. He was shot from a distance. The guy shot him with a fucking BB rifle.
No, it wasn't in the arm, in the belly.
It was his belly.
His belly. I thought it went in his arm.
Yeah.
No.
Either way it goes, it went into his skin. It went into him. And he was so fucking casual about the whole thing. Well, it happens. I'm like,
it's
what
nothing.
The fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Klaus Kinski was ready to unload on Herzog if Herzog didn't let him be directed. Yeah, that relationship is nuts, man. Kinski called him once a dwarf's director. Well, he is a tiny guy, so seriously, look at the next entry in what scares you the most. Oh, the bottom one?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
That's even more funny.
Yeah, Dylan. Right,
yeah,
Dylan,
and the reason he's making a movie with the Joker is he's finally decided he wants to work with someone who is less evil than Klaus Kinski.
Yeah. Oh my God. Now I want to watch Klaus Kinski right now. I really do.
No. I would love to see Joker going to Batman. Let's join forces. Klaus Kinski's more evil than I am.
Well, that would be great, though. We could intercut like 89 Batman. It's like, who's like Alfred in the background? What are we looking at now? And then cut to his screen and have Klaus Kinski, and we could just do AI voices at this point for the whole thing. That'd be funny with Michael Keaton.
Oh my God! They bring him Klaus Kinski back. He's in the Lazarus pit.
And you know what? What makes him? We need to go. We need to say that Werner Herzog is more of a threat to humanity than the Joker, because he understands subtlety.
I just wanted to get the financing together to a movie. Do you care if I rob a bank or not, Batman?
Who cares if a bunch of people die while I make my movie?
And what's
really funny is in that story that he tells that one night when shit came down where he was about to shoot him and kill himself, that the tribal people that were working on the film were scared more of him than of Kinski because he was so calm. Because he doesn't rage. Yeah. He's very calm. And
calm
when you watch it,
are resolved. They are resolved.
And that's what they said. They said, we're not afraid of the crazy man. We're afraid of the quiet man. Because he will act. And he won't. He's talking shit. You, on the other hand, that shit was scary when you had that gun. And I'm like, they're not fucking wrong. They're not fucking wrong. But if you've never watched anything by Werner Herzog, first Fitzcarraldo, number one. What's the one about the Spanish? What was that one called?
The Wrath of God.
Yeah, fuck yeah, The Wrath of God. Great fucking movie. And the next one I highly recommend is to watch the documentary Little Dieter Needs to Fly, and then the movie he made about Dieter, which is called Rescue Dawn, with Christian Bale as Dieter and Stephen Zahn as his best friend when they were POWs in Vietnam and escaped the prison. And true story, and it's an incredible fucking movie.
And
I will never watch Grizzly Man again. I'll never watch it. I watched it once.
No,
it's too much, man. Nobody should fucking listen to that. You know, when he gets murdered and that girl, like, no, I don't want to fucking hear that, man. And I didn't like his documentary where he's going into talk with people on death row. Like, I could give a shit what they have to say about anything. I don't care. I don't give a shit. But anyway, hey, I want to thank everybody for being here. Let's get the hell out of here, guys. This has been a great conversation at the end. I really enjoy talks like this, man. God.
Ra's al Ghul is producing my next movie. What have you done for me, Batman?
Could you imagine Werner Herzog doing Batman? How fucking awesome that would be, and dark. Gambit, thanks for being here, man. Snorty, John Whitaker, Slasher Fred, Andy Morrow was here for a bit. Ariel Bollett was here for a bit. And Ariel, you helped me out here, and you did. I appreciate it. I have now put Jim Henson down for September. We will do some Jim Henson stuff because he's a man who is, I love that man, and I cried when he died. It broke my heart. I was in basic training. When I found out. And I'm like, holy shit. Also, another one that died while I was in secondary training was not long after. What's his name? The guitarist. I forgot his name.
Jimi Hendrix?
No. It's in the 90s. It was 1990.
What, Kurt Cobain?
No, rock guitarist.
Oh, okay.
He did Superstition, by the way.
Oh, Santana?
Santana's alive. What the hell?
Who did Superstitious? The only one I'm thinking of is
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh,
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
I was thinking of Stevie Wonder because very superstitious.
Well, Stevie did the original. That was his song. And then the next great version was by Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I fucking love his rendition of it. So anyway, Ariel Bollett, we will get on that for Jim Henson. Lord Thoth, thanks for dropping by, buddy. It's always good to see you. Sandra Hammerschlag, Zax, Comic Relief Crusader, Mikey, buddy, we love you. Mephisto, thanks for giving us a raid and stopping by to say hi. We love you, buddy. And of course, Jim Watari was here. And it was good seeing you, man. It's good seeing all you guys. And love you, Zax. You're such a good friend, man. I hope you'll do that show with us. Because Widow's Bay is a good fucking show. Kitsky called an interview crew a bunch of dipshits at another time. Look, man, Kitsky is a dick. And he is not going to put up with people's bullshit. And I love that about the guy. He's hit an age where it's like, I don't have time for your crap anymore. Don said that to me again the other day. He says, yeah, I hit a point. And I said, I've gotten the same way. And I'm just in my 60s, man. People start to waste my fucking time. I get angry. And one of the things that pisses me off more than anything, a TV show that looks like it's going to be good, leads you into something, and then 3 episodes in, fucks you with some bullshit. I get angry about that. Like, my time means more to me, bitch. Santana's always awesome. Kinski, yes, that one. And Kinski told a German TV crew in 85 to go fuck themselves. And also, one of the things I love about him, he refuses to speak French. Right, Anima? She thought that was funny.
Not even if you put a gun to his head.
Gun to my head. And the only reason he spoke French was because the guy put a gun to his head.
Yeah. And he says that in an interview with a stone face, not an emotion inside.
Calm. I want to watch that right now. I want to go watch his documentary because I fucking love his documentary.
I just want to get out of
it. And I want to get out of my clothes. And yet,
please don't.
We all wear masks, Batman. Only I am a filmmaker.
To socialize after
hey, can I end the show without the negative crap? I'd appreciate that. To be able to end the show without negativity. It would be awesome. It'd be awesome. Thanks. Anyway, good hanging out with all you guys. Diabetes. Love you guys, and we will see y'all later.
See you Monday.
Bye.
You may be Batman, but I am Werner Herzog.
Okay.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Matt Damon.